Hello apples and cherries and welcome to lesson 3 for English this week. Just to recap then, so this week we are going to be working to make a non-fiction book with key features of sentence writing included, all about our new knowledge of space. So today we are going to be learning about the sun and the moon. So by the end of this video, you will be able to say at least one fact about the sun and the moon. Some of you then may also be able to write a fact about the sun and or the moon using key features of sentence writing. And some of you may then even be able to add in the correct information to your contents page and add in the matching number for the page that you've written on. So let's just go through the vocabulary again so that we know what some of these words mean, and that might help us in learning our facts. So space is the environment outside of the Earth that contains planets and stars. So if we left the Earth where we live, then we would be in space. Orbit is the curved path an object takes to travel around a star or a planet. So that's the circular path that it takes to go round and round and round. An asteroid is an object in space made up of metals and rocks. And a comet is objects in space made up of ice, dust and rocks. A planet is an object in space that orbits around a star. And the solar system is a collection of planets and their moons in orbit around the sun, together with asteroids and comets. So our solar system is the planets in our solar system and their moons orbiting around our sun. And gravity is a force that pulls objects towards the centre of the Earth. So yesterday I showed you this picture and you watched a video watching all of these planets orbiting around the sun, and they move around. So today we're focusing on the sun. We're going to learn some facts about that, and we're focusing on the moon. And it's going to be our moon because a lot of the planets in our solar system have moons, but we want to really focus in on our moon because it's very, very important to us. Okay, so here we are focusing on the sun. So we have a picture of the sun in the corner of the page. And if we were to look out of our window, the sun would look different at different points in the day. It is very, very bright, so it's important that we don't look directly at it. And if we are going to try and look at the sun, we need to wear some sunglasses and protect our eyes. So let's learn some facts about the sun. It is a burning ball of fire. So the sun is a big, big star, and it's basically a really, really big ball of fire that is burning. And that's why we get a lot of heat from it, and that's why we have a lot of light coming from it. It is almost a perfect sphere shape. So as we said, it's a burning ball of fire, and we know that a sphere is like a ball. So it's very, very round and it's curved. And that means that as the planets orbit around it, they get a good amount of light and heat from it. As I said, it is a star and it is the centre of our solar system. So everything else in our solar system orbits around our sun. And everything in our solar system depends on our sun. It is very, very important. Even though we're not actually that close to the sun, it only takes 8 minutes for the light from the sun to reach the Earth. 8 minutes is not a long time. So that's very, very good in how quick that is. If we didn't have the sun, we wouldn't be able to live on the Earth. So life on Earth depends on our amazing sun. So we've looked at the sun, and now we're going to focus on our moon. As I said, there are lots of moons in our solar system, but we want to focus on our moon, the moon that orbits the Earth. So the Earth only has one moon, and it's very important. Our moon is covered in craters. Now, craters are little ditches all across the surface of our moon, and these have come about because of the comets and the asteroids in space. So they are moving around space and they knock into the moon to create these craters. It takes 28 days for the moon to orbit the Earth. So remember, orbiting is when it's travelling on a curved path around something. So the moon is travelling around the Earth and it takes 28 days. That's just shorter than a month. The moon, because of where it is in the solar system, during the Earth's day, it's very, very hot because it's closer to the sun. But at night, when the Earth is covering the moon away from the sun, it gets very, very cold. And as I said earlier, we know that we have gravity on Earth, and that's what pulls us to the ground. But also, some of the other objects in our solar system have gravity. And the gravity from the moon pulls at the Earth and causes the waves and the tides on our oceans and seas. So our moon is very important to us because without that, we wouldn't have times when the tide is out or when the tide is in. So your task today is to write the next page in your non-fiction book. So on Monday, you did the front cover of your solar system book, and yesterday you did the first page. My example is me doing about the solar system. So today we've learned about the sun and the moon. So you can either decide to do both of them, and you can photocopy more pages, or you can just choose one of them. I'm going to choose the sun. So my title of this page will be the sun. So at the top I need to write the, and then I need to write sun. Okay, so just like I said yesterday, there is a space for you to draw a picture, but I would prefer it if you did the writing first and then did the picture after. So let's have a little think about the facts that we learned about the sun. The fact I'm going to write today is the one that I found the most interesting, which is the sun is a burning ball of fire. So, a burning ball of fire. So I'm going to write down here, the sun is a burning ball of fire. So it's lots of words again, so let's split down that sentence, and I'm going to write the sun is first. So at the beginning of my sentence, I need a capital letter, the, finger space, sun is, remember is a red word, so we need an I and then an S. The sun is a burning ball of fire, so a burning ball, so is a, remember if we see the word a on its own, it's not any of our phonic sounds with the rhymes, it's just the letter A on its own. So the sun is a ball, so that's one of our red words, ball. Oh, now I've got myself a little bit confused, haven't I? Because I was talking while I did my sentence. My sentence should say, the sun is a burning ball of fire. So I've missed a word out. So I'm going to cross out the word ball, just neatly, and then I'll write burning down here. So the sun is a burning
ing. Now I can write ball. The sun is a burning ball of fire. Of red words. And then we've got the word fire. And that, we can remember that one, it's got the I in it, which is rhyme fire fire. So, fire. End of my sentence, what do I need? Well done, a full stop. If I wanted to challenge myself today, I could write another sentence underneath. And there was lots of facts, and I'm sure you can do that. So once I've written my sentence, I would do my picture. Once I've done my picture, I need to fill in my contents page. So the title of this page is The Sun. So I need to write the next one down. So I'll write on this title, The Sun. And now I need to know what page number it's on. So yesterday, this page number was the number 2. So this is the next page. What will that one be? Well done, it will be page number 3. So next to the heading on the contents page, I need to write the number 3. I hope you enjoy writing your next page in your non-fiction book about the sun or the moon.